different. We want to create a totally different mood. Now you heard that wonderful animated soundtrack, the soundtrack to an animated film, but Claude Debussy lived in a different era where there was Manet and Monet, impressionistic. He wanted to create colors, and he was from France, and the artistic movement kind of spilled over to the musical movement where they thought less is more, and it should create imagery. And so Claude Debussy at the turn of the century wrote La Mer, the sea, clouds. Well, he was asked to write a piece for harp, and the harp, as you may see here, or a little bit later, is played not only by the hands but by the feet. The feet control the length of the strings. And there's 3 on one side, 4 on the other. They control the strings. Well, an inventor at the turn of the century decided there shouldn't be any pedals. It should just be all the notes, the 12 notes, to make a chromatic harp. You can imagine how long a chromatic harp would be. Well, it didn't catch on, and they commissioned Debussy to write his piece, Danse Sacrée et Profonde. Well, it didn't. The harp didn't last, but the piece did. And it's absolutely a magical piece. He uses what's called modes, which is all the white notes of the keyboard. So it's kind of unworldly. And the first dance, the sacre, is a solemn dance, and then it goes into a kind of a gentle waltz. And we have the perfect person to play this, our 2025 gold medalist. She shared the gold medal with Jackie Rodenbeck, who is here today. We thank you, Jackie. She has since moved on to greater things, but we have Desiree for her last year in our orchestra. She has set the record. She joined in the 4th grade. This is her 8th year as a member of the orchestra. She's a 12th grader. She's going now she's a world-class, or actually nationally ranked swimmer. So she's going to Denison University. She's going to major in exercise and health sciences, and health and exercise and sports sciences, and on a pre-med track next year. So when she's not playing the harp, she's swimming. But she's won honors all over the country. She's been in the All-State Orchestra 3 years in a row. She was in the honors recital. But we're lucky enough to have her highlighted on this piece of Debussy. And I think you just have to let it wash over you. It's not the traditional piece. It's just kind of a breath of fresh air. Use your imagination. So we're very happy to welcome our 2025 gold medalist, Desiree Blunt. And by the way, I should say that her teacher was a judge for this year. Christine taught her from the very first lesson, Desiree, very first harp lesson with Christine. Very first lesson. Did you need to tune? We want to make sure our strings are in tune. This piece is written for harp and only strings. She had to practice that. you.